If you're ambitious but lazy, please watch this video. You're ambitious with big dreams and a desire for success. Ultimately, you want to live the life you've always imagined. However, there's a problem. You struggle with laziness. You know what you should be doing, yet you don't follow through, which leads to feelings of guilt. Deep down, you recognize that you're capable of more. This guilt accumulates over days, weeks, and months until it leads to acceptance of your situation. Then, the new year arrives, bringing with it the same goals from the previous year. You start strong, fueled by motivation and perhaps a bit of delusion. But soon, procrastination creeps in, like an uninvited relative. It becomes a daily cycle of laziness, and before long, you label yourself as a lazy person. So how do we break this cycle and free ourselves from procrastination? There are many videos online, but most only address the symptoms, such as deleting social media or minimizing distractions. While these strategies can provide short-term relief, they often overlook the root cause of procrastination: inertia. In physics, inertia is the tendency for objects at rest to remain at rest and for objects in motion to continue moving, unless acted upon by an external force. This principle, which is also Newton's first law of motion, applies to tasks just as it does to physical objects. Getting started on any task, no matter how small, requires an initial push to overcome the inertia of being inactive. The problem arises when we make this initial push seem daunting, leading us to avoid the task entirely and distract ourselves with easy dopamine-inducing activities. To break procrastination, we need to overcome inertia. Here are two effective strategies. 1. Start small. The hardest part is getting started, so make it as easy as possible by lowering the stakes. Instead of telling yourself, I need to write a 5,000-word essay, say, I'll write just 50 words. This reduces the feeling of inertia and makes it easier to begin without relying heavily on willpower or discipline. 2. Use the 2-minute rule. If you're not in the mood to work, commit to doing it for just 2 minutes. For example, if you don't feel like cleaning your room, put on a song and clean until the music stops. Often, you'll find that you continue working beyond the initial 2 minutes. This happens because once we start, we gain momentum, and as Newton's law states, objects in motion stay in motion. Initially, it feels like pushing a ball uphill, but once you pass the point of inertia, it's all downhill from there. By keeping your initial efforts small and manageable, you can apply these methods to any area of your life, whether it's going to the gym, working on a side hustle, or maintaining relationships. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step.